Gerard Fitzgerald, the president of New York City's Uniformed Firefighters Association, rank and file, representing the best of New York, man. God bless you for what you're doing, my friend.
Thank you very much, Joe. It's a pleasure to be here, pleasure to meet you, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk on your show.
No, it's great. You are welcome here anytime, man. I'm a big, I walk down the streets, and I don't know how you guys, did you drive one? Look at me, now I'm a geek. You said you watched me when you were a kid. You used to watch me and Eddie on Saturday Night Live, right?
Big fan.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why I look at the firefighters. When you pull that truck down, how do you handle that thing, man? And we all get out of the way. Then you got dopey drivers like me who can't move, and you're looking, wow, look at the size of that truck, and you're just going, just get out of my way.
Well, it's a big responsibility, but it is enjoyable. We do have fun. It's fun to drive the rig, but it is it's a tremendous task to get around New York City, especially downtown Manhattan, where we are now.
Roads, yeah.
But with the traffic that's all over the city, it's incredible.
Yeah, man. Well, you're doing a great job. And I will walk down the street, I have to tell you, and your brothers and your sisters, when I walk by the firefighter, Joey, we take a picture, take the axe out. I couldn't lift that axe to go in there. And they don't even think about it. They just, it's a really, God, I tell you what you're doing is God's work. And you go into areas, people will, God forbid, I remember in Newark, during the Newark riots, they were shot at. Firefighters go to help out, put out a fire, and you put your life at danger, my goodness sake.
Yeah, that has happened in the past. Most of the time, we're received very well. We show up, people are happy to see us because we're there to help.
Yeah.
So we don't want that. We don't want to be put in danger in that magnitude, getting shot at, or the old days where they threw the Molotov cocktails off the roof up in Harlem back in the old days. But we don't have that anymore.
Thank God. And a shout out to Commissioner Nigro doing a great job.
Commissioner Nigro has been doing a great job. He has a big task himself, but we butt heads every once in a while. But overall, it's all for the greater good of the FDNY and my members. Yeah,
and the people of New York, we appreciate it. So let me start here if I can, Gerard. 9/11, you were a block away. And when I walk these streets, and people listen around the country, Texas listens, and Australia, they listen in Israel, but when you're here and you're a block away and you really feel what happened, and it just sears your heart, and everybody around the country understands it, but not like we do here, man. Give us, before we tell us what you're doing with the Victims Compensation Fund, where were you 9/11, just a block away, where the World Trade Center was, and what happened?
Well, for me, I was home in bed when that happened. My wife woke me up when the first tower got hit. I saw on TV the other tower getting hit, and then I realized what was going on. I wasn't one of the first that knew that it was a terrorist attack right away. That wasn't in my head. But when the second one got hit, we knew what happened. The fire department did a total recall, so all firefighters had to report to their firehouses. I did so. You kiss your wife and kids goodbye. There's tears. It's upsetting. And we went out the door, got to work, grabbed some gear. We hijacked a city bus. And
you did?
And we didn't hijack it.
No,
but
but
we took a city bus. We packed it with equipment and firefighters.
Yeah.
And drove into Manhattan. As we approached Manhattan, the second tower fell.
Did you see? You saw.
We didn't see it. We saw the plume. I didn't see the actual collapse, but you saw the plume of dust and smoke and debris and everything go up. We changed routes. We were going towards the Battery Tunnel. We went up to the Brooklyn Bridge, went across. Then we had a good view of everything, and then we got off on the other side and walked down. We got assignments. We did what we could. It was it was overwhelming for everybody, and then we were there for hours and hours and trying to find and pull people out and do whatever we could, and it was we didn't talk to each other, we just did. It was not much. We were in shock, for a while.
You're not breathing. I mean, I was there. I just said about 6 weeks after that, you couldn't breathe, man.
We couldn't breathe. We couldn't eat. There was very little to drink because of all that dust that was everywhere. It wasn't until later in the evening when we started. The first thing I ate after a good 12, 13 hours was a delicious McDonald's quarter pounder. But they sent food in, and guys grabbed what they could, and we just kept working.
Yeah. Let me thank you for what you did. People don't understand. To the NYPD, to all the police officers that went in.
It was all the first responders.
Yeah.
PD, FD, the iron workers. The guys that operated all that machinery to lift the heavy debris.
Port Authority.
Unbelievable. They did a great job. In very troubling and sad times.
So now you people have got lingering effects of this. People have died from this. And we hear about it all the time in New York. Shout out to Congressman Peter King, Congressman Dan Donovan, front and center on this for many, many years. Shout out to the Siller family, Frank Siller, Georgie Siller, and the Siller Foundation, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, helping out. Now, I don't understand. And what Jon Stewart is doing now is great. I mean, it'd be, like you said, he deals with it with a sense of humor, but you got to give Jon Stewart so much credit. How could Congress cut this off, cut the funding to the compensation fund?
Well, to be honest, they didn't cut it. They just didn't put enough money into it for the amount of people that are getting sick.
So I'm sorry to interrupt, Gerard, but it will end then at a certain time.
Right, that's correct. They've done it twice for 5 years each time, from 2010 to 2015, from 15 to 20. But now the fund that is supposed to expire in 2020 is running out of funds. So instead of letting it run out now, they're cutting the payouts so that the people that are sick will hopefully get a piece of money rather than no money, or some gets all and others get none. So what they're trying to do is cut it to prolong it, and then in the meantime, we're trying to get more money put into it, so we're trying to get the fund refunded, and that's what we're about right now.
What I don't understand is what's the path? Does it have to pass the House and then the Senate, and then signed by the President, pretty much that?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, but the President will sign it, and the Senate will pass it. Don't tell me there's trouble in the House getting this through.
I'll be honest. We don't expect trouble.
Okay.
You know,
you're just saying
we believe that they'll do the right thing. We're hopeful that it will be not a problem, and we won't need Jon Stewart to go hard on some of these folks. Or that we don't have to go hard on them, or we don't have to parade through the halls of Congress. But I said this many times now, that everybody tweets out or makes a comment around September 11th. Never forget, and this is your time now. Don't forget. Do the right thing.
Are you okay? After being down there, you feeling all right and everything?
I'm doing fine. Thank God I have nothing monumental. A couple of things, but nothing that's going to affect me. I'm one of the lucky ones right now. I'm happy to have my health. I could lose some weight, but otherwise I'm.
You look good, man. You look good, man. I met a cop once, picked me up once at an event we were doing, and I asked him about that. He goes, "Yeah, I was right there, Ground Zero, 9/11." I said, "How you doing?" He goes, "I'm on 26 medications." The cop told me 26 medications, and then I'll tell you this story too, and I tell it on 9/11 and I tell you just to show you my respect and my love and appreciation. I speak for all New Yorkers, for you and what your rank and file are doing. And everybody in the FDNY. I met when I was at the museum. You got to go. You listen to Joe on the radio, watching on YouTube and Facebook with Gerard Fitzgerald. That you got to go to the 9/11 museum. It's because you don't get it. People don't understand. My daughter, when I talk to my kids, they were just born. Allie was just born. And I'm trying to tell them about it. You go to there, and I remember I saw there was a big picture. I told the guys this, Gerard. There was a big picture, and it had a long shot, a wide shot of the devastation of 9/11, and you could see a little speck, and there was a cop I was talking to, and he goes, and he had cancer, this guy, and and I talked to him, I said, and I gave him a hug, and I said, "Thank you for your service," and he points to the big picture, and he goes, "That's where I am." He points to the picture, right, and this is at this museum. Then there was a firefighter, ex-firefighter behind me. He goes, "Yeah, what do you got? What kind of cancer you got?" He had cancer too. He points to the picture, like a little ways away from where the cop was. "Hey, this is me. That was you. This is me." They hugged each other, the FDNY, the NYPD. It was all I could do not to break up like that. You see, it affected so many people. So I suspect that there's not going to be a problem in Congress. What can we do? Can we go to a website? Can we write a letter? Can we shoot an email out to our representatives?
All that stuff is coming down. We're going to advertise that to try and reach out to your politicians. But honestly, here in New York, we don't have the problem. The New York delegation has been tremendous. They've been amazing. But we have somebody living that is a 9/11 participant, whether you lived here, you volunteered, you worked, you were a first responder. We have somebody living in every district in the country except for one. I believe it's in Alaska. And so we are asking that the people across the country reach out to their electeds and put pressure on them that, we're sick, we want representation, this is the right thing to do, and hopefully. But New York, New Jersey, the metropolitan area, the delegation has been great. But it's everywhere else that we need them to get on board. And like I said, we don't expect a big fight,
Man, I gotta tell you, and just on a lighter note, you guys are a special breed, man. I came up, I was 9/11, and I was there, and I'm walking back to the station this year. Yeah, I always pay respect. Every 9/11, go down and make the sign of the cross, say a prayer, all the lives lost and going back. Man, you guys were there. Commissioner Niger was there. There was a brotherhood and a sisterhood like you don't see in the FDNY. They were, hey, Joe, come in, take a picture. Come on, me and Bowman. It was great. The vibrancy.
We're a very proud bunch. We're very proud of the department that we work for. We're proud to serve the community. And, God forbid that something as tragic as this happens again, we'll be there again. But we believe that the families and the members should be taken care of for what happened on September 11, 2001.
Not to mention the 343 who died.
Yeah, we've had 190 die since. And, we're going to funerals, 1 or 2 a month.
Yeah.
I find out about different guys. Just a couple of days, I found out a guy with stage 2 brain cancer.
Oh,
you get these phone calls, and the wives and the victim are just they're devastated. They don't know what to do. What's my next move? What's my next move? And sometimes you just don't have the answer because there is no answer right now. You got to wait. You got to do what the doctors tell you, and hopefully you survive.
You're doing a great job, man. Gerard Fitzgerald, president of the New York City's Uniform Firefighters Association. God bless, Godspeed, man. And listen, come back anytime, man. And
Joe, it's a pleasure.
I'll have to have a beer with you guys one day. I don't think I can keep up with you guys. Maybe a shot of beer.
I'm a quitter, so
all right,
you can keep up with me, no problem.
Oh, my God. Great to see you. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
God bless you, man. And Godspeed indeed. Hey, Al Gattulo got the headline.